Hey everyone. So after making my video Sunday, I had just to think about it. I had to think as I was making it. I just thought that these fill in the blanks by themselves were a little too difficult and a little too challenging. And that's just not the end goal here. I'm not trying to make you sit here and be stumped for the entire class period trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. So for each of the fill in the blank questions, and I've added this to your assignment, I've added questions. Okay, and so then for both the theme and for the cause and effect, there are questions in the left column now. And then the right column, I just put all of the fill in the blanks already there for you. And so you're just left to now fill in the blank thinking about this question. And I'm hoping that it makes it easier. But I made this separate video because in my initial video, I don't have the questions, but I'm not redoing the initial video. So if you go to my initial videos, I do give you this first row here for Theseus and for Galamedo. And for theme, I believe I give you the first three, which having added the questions, I probably wouldn't have given you the first three. But I'm not taking it back because I'm not redoing videos. But I'm hoping that it makes it easier. And so I'm not going to look at the first one, I'm just going to look at the second one. So how does the antagonist action force the protagonist to respond to change course? The protagonist was forced to blank when the antagonist blanked. So like right here it says the protagonist responded. He changes course. So what does he do? How does he respond? And what did the antagonist do to cause him to respond? And so I think that with these questions, I'm hoping that it's easier to find what to put into these fill in the blanks. But if you don't need the questions, and it was initially intended for you to not use them. And the same thing with theme. And look at the fourth one. What lesson does the protagonist learn? The protagonist blank learns blank. This reveals, right? And what does it reveal about? Like, what's the theme? What theme? Like, what lesson do we learn? What happens because he learns this? So, anyways, that's something that I did to hopefully make this a little bit easier. But I didn't want you just jumping in here and being like, what are these questions? Why are they here, Mr. Black? So when you get to these two parts, you'll notice that there are questions now. And then I looked back here too, which is funny. I looked back here at this, and this was supposed to help you. Like, if you're stuck, think about this. And I'm like, I'm an adult, and I look at this and I say, nope, nope, nope. But I do like the fill in the blanks. I do like the cause and effects. I just wanted to make them a little bit more obtainable, if that's the right word, or just a little bit easier for us to get the end goal, which is identifying cause and effect and identifying theme. So I hope that this is helpful to getting through this assignment. All right. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in class. Bye, everybody.